and welcome to my channel, Only in Your Mind. I'm so happy that you are here to check out my Coraline makeup. This makeup was inspired by these button eyes. I thought it would be pretty awesome to do another character with button eyes. I did a voodoo doll and I painted on those eyes, but I thought it would be pretty cool to actually use buttons for eyes. So if you guys want to see how I did Coraline's makeup, please keep watching. For this makeup and all my other makeups, I usually wear a strapless dress. So to start this makeup off, I'm going to start with Coraline's skin color. I'm using a tan from Mehron Paradise's face paint. And I also painted Coraline's neck on my chin. I extended the paint down my neck so it will help with the placement of Coraline's clothing and body. When doing Coraline's makeup, I wasn't sure what I was going to actually do for her clothing and her I guess body area, so I kind of winged it, and I'm using for her raincoat yellow from Paradise, and I'm just gonna have her raincoat open. And then I decided from all her other shirts that she wore to do the blue turtleneck with the white stars on it. For the white stars, I use Paradise's white, and then for the blue shirt, I use Fab's blue. Usually I save painting my mouth and my eyes for last because when I blink, you know, sometimes the paint can mess up. And then if I wanted something to eat or to drink, because the makeup takes a pretty long time to do at times, but I guess I decided to go ahead and just paint my eyes and my mouth now. If you guys have watched my other videos, you guys know that I love shading and shadowing, so that's what I'm doing with her rain jacket. I'm using black starblend, and that's from Paradise as well, and I'm using that to do a shadow inside of her jacket on top of her blue shirt. And I'm also taking that starblend and creating buttons for her jacket. I used that starblend to create a seam down her jacket, and I took Paradise's white to create the little thread marks, and I did basically little lines going down. And for a shadow on the button, I took some brown eyeshadow and I did one side of the button with that brown, and I followed that up with some Paradise white right on the edges of that brown for some highlights. And down the jacket edge, I used that Paradise's white for some highlights. And again, for the thread marks on the other side, I just did some little lines going down that seam area. Okay guys, like I said earlier, I wasn't sure how I was going to do her clothing, and after painting a big portion of my body with that yellow for her jacket, I decided I was going to darken out most of my shoulder area to create that slender look that Coraline has. With the black star blend, I'm going to create her little hood for her raincoat. To darken out my shoulders and the sides of my face, I'm using Cameleon black, and I forgot to mention that I used Fab Indian brown for her bag strap, and then I'm going to shade under that strap with some brown eyeshadow, and I did some highlights on the actual strap with Paradise white. For Coraline's makeup, I used several different reference photos that I found online of Coraline and her jacket, her shirt, and also some of the things that she has in the movie, like the key, and she has a stone too that the ladies downstairs gave her. I really wanted to add some of those cool things that she has in the movie, and here I am kind of erasing part of her shirt area that I painted because I wanted to make sure that the colors that I'm going to use for those items will be nice and true to its color. If it's mixed with the blue and white, it's definitely not going to look like the colors I want it to be. For the stone that the neighbors, April and Miriam, gave her, I'm painting that on a necklace, and I'm using Paradise's dark green for that. And then I decided to do the key that she had to open a little door, and I'm using another Paradise color, and it's a gold. And for the necklace I use Indian brown from Fab. To get the stone, the key, and the necklace to look like it's sitting on top of her blue shirt, I'm going to do some shading and shadowing at the sides of those colors. I thought that the stone was a little dark, so I mixed in some Paradise white with that green to make it look a little bit brighter. And then for some highlights, I'm going to take that Paradise white and highlight the stone and the key. I shouldn't have closed up this area of her hood, so I'm just going to get rid of that and wipe it off, and then put some more yellow back in that area. And with the star blend, I'm going to create a line from the hood to the seam. With that black star blend, I'm going to do some more shading around her items that she has on her necklace and her strap. To follow that up, I'm going to use Cameleon black and do some outlining of everything. So I did the shading, and now it's time for some highlights. I'm using Paradise's white, and I'm going around and throwing in a couple of highlights around the necklace, her turtleneck area, and the strap area, and some parts of her actual rain jacket too as well. Now it's time to move on to Coraline's face. I put on a blue wig because she has blue hair, and I did a little shading on her nose because she's got that nice thin nose, and I'm using pink from Paradise for her lips. For her freckles, I'm using Indian brown, and then I'm going to do some more shading for her nose, and I thought it was a little harsh, so I'm going to go in and kind of blend it out a little bit on both sides. One side, I'm just going to take that same color from Paradise that I used for her face, kind of blend that out. The other side, I'm going to use a darker color, and I'm using that Indian brown for her eyebrows. For the highlight on her eyebrows, I use Paradise white. Coraline has a cute little dragonfly barrette, and I made that with foam, a barrette, hot glue, and some plastic gems. To get those buttons to stick onto my skin, I use spirit gum, and I place it in the areas I wanted those buttons to be, and then I tap, 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 tap to get it to be sticky. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this makeup because this was one of my favorites. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video on my channel, Only in Your Mind. And if you like this Coraline makeup, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already to my channel, please do. And if you would like to be notified of my latest videos, click that bell button, which will notify you every week of my latest videos. Thank you, and I will see you guys next week.
Hey guys, can you guess what's in this box? I wonder what it is. Huh, oh my god! A present for me? Oh no, no more buttons! I don't think this is for me. I think this is for you. Be one of us.